Imagine if we had super music right now, you guys.
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't that be good? Like really scary, scary music.
Imagine if we had people watching. Oh, wait, we do.
Wait, is this live? Are we live?
We are live.
Why would you do that to us, Dan?
You know what? Let's do this type of scary music.
Can we start over? I wasn't ready.
Start right over if we need to. Hold on here.
So professional so far.
Mm. All right, we're done. See everybody. Great. We're done, right?
That's it. That's the whole show, everybody. Thanks for,
Fantastic.
That's great.
You know what you needed is one of those, in a world.
we couldn't afford that guy.
There's got to be somebody that imitates that guy, or somebody that imitates the guy that imitates that guy.
Yeah, we could get the third guy. Can imitate the other guy.
So we're live. We're here
live,
and discuss. For a change, we're going to put the focus on you, Dan.
That's going to be weird because I don't like attention.
I know, for a change. So we're going to talk about your new book, man.
Yeah. What's interesting is, my good friends Jeff and Ben apparently have refused to buy the book, talk about the book.
Right.
Refused to be here, knowing the subject matter.
Well, can you blame them?
Honestly, I can't. I mean, they have scruples. So, but I appreciate you guys being here. Look at that. Close up on Tweedledee Dumb.
That's right.
And Mad Dave Johnson, and wearing a hat. Perfect.
That's right.
Well, guys, if I start crying during this live stream, it's no big deal. I'm just excited about things. I get a little emotional.
Well, let's mention a couple of things. First of all, book isn't out yet. Book is out tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's important. So anybody who supports the stream should be supporting Dan.
Ideally.
Unless you hate him.
Unless you dislike.
Yeah, I mean that's assuming that everybody who watches the stream is here for you, Dan, and not for Dave or someone else.
Or yourself.
So go out and buy Alice. But so Dan, tell us a little bit about the book. I mean, that's why we're here today. That's why we're doing a special Tuesday edition of Drinking.
Guys, it started out like this. I did this little drawing here.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I thought it'd be a very interesting take to see Alice grown up, but still visiting Wonderland and what her life would be like as a young adult. And so this was kind of the artwork, and it turned into the pitch artwork. So I knew even based on the little word balloons and everything, I wanted it to be very different and very unusual. I mean, that sort of story is very unusual. Joe, you were telling, Joe and I talked, God, I don't even know how many hours per day, but we were talking.
Highlight of my day.
Yeah, the subject always kind of drifts into Alice in Wonderland with us, even like 2 years prior to this book ever manifesting. And how many, you were telling me how many times you read the book, and I was telling you how many times I read the book, and then we were trying to guess how many times Dave read the
source material. Yeah.
0 times. Dave, did you ever see the Disney movie?
Yeah, years ago.
I watch it every other week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to we should preface the show by saying we should have led with this, that we should really lean heavily into fan questions. If folks want to ask questions, Dan will not ignore them this time, because they will surely be about Dan and about Dan's project. So ask away. So Dan, but seriously, what was the origin to you wanting to visit the world of Alice in Wonderland? I mean, what drove you to it?
I mean, I'm just a big fan of fantasy, and I know it sounds a little strange, but I've always been intrigued by that story. I always thought when I was little, I saw the animated Disney film. I was really kind of blown away by it. We didn't have Halo, Joe. I had Alice.
Yeah.
All I had in life. It's all I still have in a lot of ways. But no, I just thought it was very, very interesting, and there's always this speculation that her trips to Wonderland were fueled by mushrooms and opium, and the caterpillar smoking the hookah, and it was all like a crazy drug trip.
So you're exploring this. This is where
I had to physically explore every single drug from the Victorian age again and again and again, and then my wife would shake me awake. I'd take days. I was in rehab, I don't even know how many times, but it's called research, Joe. And if you love what you do and you're into your project, you do those things for the craft.
And what was your favorite? What was your takeaway, Dan?
Anything with needles? No, I'm just kidding. I'd be too scared. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm like the cats that Alice has. Well, that was kind of interesting, like kind of getting into the books and realizing, the things you think as a child, then you're starting to read the source material, and you're learning more about the author himself, and it was just pretty interesting. And so what I wanted to do was incorporate as much as I could from the source material, but I didn't want to be beholden to all of it, so I'd have to, because it kind of limits what you can do in some sense. And then if you really start being strict about those things, you're forced to, then you're under a microscope and people can pick away. So this is a deviation of this bizarre tale.
This is like your third creator-owned project at this point, right?
Yeah, my third or fourth. I mean, this is the third one I've done where I've written it.
Right.
And I'm doing a little bit of the artwork, but we found a fantastic artist, Giorgio Spilata and Fabiana Mascalo, both Italian artists. She's coloring it, and she was also the colorist on Ravens. And I worked with her before this on a book called Butterfly, a Lou Zixon graphic novel adaptation that I adapted from a short story from Lou Zixon, who's like a very famous Chinese science fiction author. So the kind of colors and things she did for Unkindness of Ravens looked nothing like what she did over my work and for Butterfly. So she's very versatile, and the colors on this thing are spectacular. And I uploaded a bunch of images. I can't wait to show everybody. I love to kid around, but I'm very, very proud of this book and how it turned out. And let's see. Here's some original drawings. A strange logo I tried to create in the beginning. So we before we even had an artist, I sat there and kind of created all the characters and put everything together. But I also knew that whoever the artist was, they were going to do their own takes on these characters to some degree, and the outfits or they're going to change. No one has costumes like they do in superhero comics. But it was fun. It was fun really creating all these things. So
very cool.
Thanks. I'm trying to pull up some more artwork here.
And Dan, how many issues is it?
It's 5 issues, and it comes out, as you can see, by this beautiful kind of fuchsia ticker tape on Wednesday tomorrow. So yeah, after Ravens was finished, they asked me what I wanted to do, and I pitched this and a bunch of other things, and I was surprised that Boom was down for this. I was kind of hoping they would, but you just never know. I kept telling you what?
Did you ask Boom to release it right after my birthday, just to take some power away from my birthday?
Yeah, I forgot.
You had to one up me, Dan.
Yeah, I was like, Yeah, this is Dave's birthday week, so let's put that, shuffle that off to the side.
Make it all about you. It's always about you.
Talk about Dan. Come on, you know this.
Yeah.
So show some art, Dan.
All right, let's see here. Here's some of the original cover designs, and I showed this to Dave and Jeff and Joe and Ben, and I think I texted the same image like about 6 times because you guys never commented on it.
It's because you hated him.
You hated him. That was you were like, you didn't like that. So then I kind of created some more, which is a little bit more trippy. And
I never saw those.
Yeah, you never showed us these.
I saw these. These are great.
These are great. I ended up using one of them for the covers, but they're a little trippy and they're a little too psychedelic and they're a little too 60s.
Okay.
But I kind of wanted to merge those two.
They were awesome. Which one did you use, or are you using?
A combination of what looks like 2 and 4. I guess that would be. Let's see. Let me take down this ticker tape and we can see it a little bit better.
Well, I think we can figure out what 5.
Yeah, so number 6 and number 8.
Okay, I love number 6, man.
Yeah, thanks. It's similar to that. So that will be one of the covers, but ultimately, so then I decided, let me try something like this, where you see all the various, were then legal drugs that people took for coughs and colds. You know, people were taking laudanum and cocaine and opium and even heroin to treat.
Heroin was big for colds.
Yeah, you know, if you had COVID back then, this might be the choice, heroin. So, and it was an interesting take on it. And then I had something like this.
Yeah, I get those.
I like that. I mean, but it also looked a little bit too much like maybe like a romance novel. And
well, that's what they were.
It looks exactly like a romance novel.
Yeah, that's,
yeah.
I mean,
but it had an interesting feel to it. So Joe was like, enough is enough, and Joe said, well, what if you had like Alice trying to escape from, you know, one of these pill bottles? And I thought that was a pretty good idea. So I kind of came up with this, which is kind of fun. She's trapped in there.
But you decided that drawing all those characters was too much work.
Yeah, it's way too much work. But years ago I had done something like this, which is similar, and I always loved this cover for Skybound's Ghosted, and I thought it was nice they let me do a lot of weird things for some of the projects, and I was like, you know what, I got to have some guts, and I got to do it. And Joe's idea was really good. So here was the final cover. And so instead of putting all those characters kind of climbing around her, I thought I'd make it not quite like a golden book necessarily, but have that kind of fantasy element with all the creatures from Wonderland surrounding her. So that was that one. We also have Jenny Friesen doing a cover for issue number 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing when I first saw it.
Wait, Dan, are you yawning during your promotional show? Are you so bored?
I had a long day. I mean, got a lot going on.
Oh, yawn during your show? Gee,
no, you really shouldn't.
Wow,
it's true. I was thinking about other books.
Hang on.
I was thinking about other books that don't excite me that much, and then that thought came in. This cover, Dave, I don't know if you've seen this, but this is insane.
I did see it. You showed me.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw this one. I think I saw it like online. I didn't realize Boom had already sent it to me. I'm like, this would make a great Allison Ever After cover.
You know what the cat looks like? It was a sci-fi movie, Critters.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the blue lipstick. I might try to incorporate that a little bit into the story. Here's a cover that Joe.
Andy is asking that he hopes this process stuff makes it into the. I wish he wouldn't have brought that up. Why?
I mean, Boom had a big problem with it because I kind of lifted the entire storyline of Prophet and just turned it into this Alice Ever After thing.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot. I mean, the editor had their hands full trying to make it, new and original. But I'm like, God, I really love Prophet. It's something I can't get away from. This was a cover that originally I didn't like. I still am kind of up in arms about it a little bit, but the publisher wanted it. Joe advised it against it. Ben really said it was a bad idea. Jeff is a nice guy. He just goes, I prefer not to say, but we had this cover coming in.
Oh, I can now show it.
Yeah, now you can show it, Dave. I thought that would be a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Let me take away this thing so you can see the whole thing.
So, Dave, how did you get the effect on the hair? How'd you do it?
Well,
that wasn't easy.
It was. I almost hesitate to say because of how I got it, but I found. Let's just say I found a photo that had some crazy colors on it of some weird drip art that a lot of people are doing nowadays, and I took it, started manipulating it, started blending it, using the blend tool and Photoshop tool, and then giving it motion, moving it, warping tool, and then started doing layers over it with the you can almost like the negative Jack Kirby dot kind of patterns over it. Yeah. I know some of these are just doing straight up Alice from that time period, but I wanted to really try to imagine what heroin would feel like. That was the idea, and then having
Ben will tell you. You know what it reminded me of? Do you remember the illustrator Roger Dean, who used to do all the album covers?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of he achieved that stuff with like mixing oil into acrylics, right? And they would just do the separation thing. It was kind of
well, cool. A little. That's what the drip art does. You put a little bit of oil in there, and it creates bubbles around the paint. And the more you play with it, the more you hit it with fire, the bigger the bubbles get. It's a really weird technique. There's so many people doing it now, and it's almost like, you're literally just pouring paint on a canvas. Like, calm down, great, but it is an interesting effect.
Nobody ever became rich from just pouring paint on a canvas.
Well,
calm down. It's not that great.
There's always the first guy, but then after that, it's just a bunch of imitators.
So Dave, a little side note. I was kidding about Boom, tried to force this cover on me and everybody, but we tried taking the rabbit out because no one liked the way you drew it. We tried flipping it. We tried, we just decided to leave it the way you had it.
Yeah. Now, remember how many different hands I did?
And I kept on saying, Dave, the first one's the best one. The first time you drew it.
No, this one, it feels right. But I remember one version was the karate hands. It looked like she was getting ready to fight the bunny in a karate showdown.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm gathering Dave didn't get to read the comic before doing the cover.
I mean, I am sure every single one of you heard way too much about this comic book for the past 9 months. I think he had the gist of it. He knew what I was kind of going after. So when I saw this, I flipped, and everyone I showed it to was blown away.
And then you got the Adam Hughes one, and there's all other
exactly. And everyone forgot about your cover.
I mean, I still can't get over his cover. I know you probably can't show that one.
I can't show it yet, but it's
ridiculous.
It's pretty amazing.
Why can't you show it, Dan? It's your book.
That's true. Screw the publisher.
Whatever the hell you want.
This is pretty cool. My pal Enrico Marini did one for us.
Oh, I didn't see that one before.
You didn't see this one? She's drinking some absinthe, and you can't see. I don't know. It depends on how big your screen is. My screen right now is kind of small because I'm working these controls. I'm handling everything over here. But in the absinthe cup, there's like a little skull. You can see it in there. That's for Dave, probably.
Well, it's funny. I learned when I'm probably the king of putting hypodermic syringes on covers. And I learned that if you make it look unappealing, you can get away with it. But if you make it look enjoyable, they won't let you put any drug like needle stuff on a cover.
Yeah.
So I would always put like skulls inside the syringe, and it's like, oh, okay, well that's okay.
Yeah, I did one for a James Bond, and he was they were almost used as darts, and he was kind of dodging them. But the hypodermic needles were like super oversized, almost like the size of small buildings.
Yeah. Once again, if you show it as a danger, you can get away with it. So.
Now
used to
here's
be the same thing with the Nazi swastika. If you made it look evil, then you know.
Yeah.
How do you not make it look evil? How do you not make it look evil?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you don't, but
well, you'd be surprised, I'm sure, but now you can't put them on anything. So
yeah, it's true. Dave, I don't know if you saw this cover. I don't think anyone has yet. So this is kind of a drink and draw exclusive right now. Because I wasn't even aware this cover exists. That was the Jeffrey.
How dare you?
Yeah, that was the Jeffrey Scott Campbell cover. So this was a special, I guess a comic store incentive, and thank God, it was an amazing cover, and Scott really helped kind of launch the book and give it a lot of heat. So very.
Anyway, I call him J. Scott. You know, it's just
you do.
We're actually closer that way. You should have asked him on the show.
I know. I thought about it. The guy he's very, very busy, and I think today is his wife's birthday.
Another person taking my heat.
Yeah, it's officially today, I believe. So I don't think.
And everybody should wish Dave a happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday.
Well, let's see if anyone will wish him a happy birthday, and we can put it. If someone look at that, people are so upset about the Campbell cover.
Yeah.
What are they saying here?
So far, I just want to thank you, Mess Man.
What's this saying?
I think there was multiple needles on 100 bullets.
I like that nobody wants to wish Dave a happy birthday, and I accept that. Oh, that's nice to see.
So Dan, how many pages are you drawing, Dan, in each issue?
Well, I'm doing a couple pages. Every time she goes back to Wonderland, I'm doing those. So so here's a little front page. I get some everybody gets their. It was fun to help design these things and put them together, and I always get a kick out of these front pages if you get to have fun with them. This is the artist Giorgio Spilata, and he's also a teacher. He's an art teacher, and he worked with Fabiana, who colored it. So they were in art school together, and now he teaches at the same art school that they went to. So it's kind of cool that they all know each other, and they're also friends with Mariana Ignazi, who drew Ravens. So it's it's nice to be kind of working with everybody again.
Hey Dan, can you do me a favor? Could you lift up a little bit more, just a little bit, your whole chest? No. Now, it's almost the perfect circle.
Oh wow, look at
that. Yeah, if I get a little bit bigger, there we go. There we go. Does that make you happy, Dave?
Yeah, it was starting to bug the shit out of me, but now I'm happy.
Yeah. Dave hates tangents, so that was probably really bothering you.
Oh man.
So imagine getting, being a writer and getting this page in, and flipping out this.
Yeah, and then covering it up with all that damn dialogue.
Yeah, I know. Why did I write everything like that?
Jeez.
So the whole story is narrated.
That's the artist.
Yeah. The whole story is narrated by her two cats. And if you remember, it's her kitten that she kind of follows down the rabbit hole initially. Mm-hmm. So these kittens are the ones telling the story. So I put in, you can tell by each caption who's saying what. And I drew all these little snowdrop in Kitty, so the letterer could kind of insert them as he goes along.
What's also great about this is how it echoes your love of cats.
I do love cats, and yet I have a dog. So there's another great page, and you can tell like Giorgio's a consummate professional, and the colors are, look at that. I'm going, okay, now I'm every time I get a page in, I'm like, well, I made the right choice in picking these people, because I think they're doing a much better job than I would if I was drawing this book.
Well, that's for sure.
Dave, you're not supposed to agree. You're saying, no, you would have done a great job.
No, it's hard to argue with this artwork that you're showing.
We promised not to be mean to Dan today.
Oh, that's true.
I've broken the promise a couple of times.
Joe, you've been pretty good, Dave. I think because Dave feels
comparatively speaking, if you grade me on a curve, I've been fantastic.
Yeah, and Dave's birthday, he's a little bit upset about it. So, here's another great page. I mean, great atmosphere. They really captured everything. So this character, their butler, will echo another character like Once They're in Wonderland, and you're going to see a lot of crossover. So here's some of the uncolored Wonderland pages that I drew.
Now, are you coloring these?
No, Fabiana is also coloring these, and she's changed the coloring scheme. So when you get to these pages, you can recognize that now she's off to Wonderland, as they say. And you can tell by the trees, they're all like olive. Well, they're kind of crazy olive trees, but everything is very Wally Wood inspired, or tried to be. And of course, Wally did his own takes on Alice in Wonderland. Dan,
Judy's ears asking a very important question.
All right, let me go check the comments. Hold on. To hear what she has to say. I'll put her on the, I'm not even, okay. Oh, I think you can. I think in all these cases, what's nice these days is you can order some of these on Amazon. I'm not sure. I'll look into that, Judy, and I will maybe do a Twitter post and tell people how they can order this. You know what? A lot of comic book stores these days, you can order directly from them. So if there's a comic book store near you, they probably have a website where you can order it.
She just said if you didn't live near one, Dan. So if she lived near one, why would she order it? She could just go there and get it.
Maybe I'm not a good reader. I don't like words, Joe. So you're trying to stump me right away.
See?
Well, I said if you don't live near a comic book shop, you can order this online. How? And my suggestion would be to, look up the nearest one and see if you can order it. If not, you could go to like Forbidden Planet.
Or just send a check or money order to Dan. And he'd be happy to send you one personally.
But if you're having it shipped, right? So that if the nearest one is still so far away that you have to have it shipped, it doesn't really matter where you order it from, right? You could just order it from a store you think is cool that's not near you.
Yeah, you could order it from Alaska. You could order it from an Alaskan comic book shop.
And this will be available digitally as well, Dan?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if Boom offers it.
Dan, you should know.
I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure most companies use Comixology, don't they? Dave, you're a big Comixology guy.
I've never actually read anything on Comixology.
Okay. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. All right. But those are, let's see if we have anything else here. Oh, you know what else was kind of fun? What I thought was kind of perfectly fitting for a book like this, and it's really the only type of book you could get away with it, is if anyone ever remembers the Sergio Aragonés Mad Magazine books, he would do these margin and like gutter illustrations. I thought I'd have the two kittens kind of goofing off, so I drew a bunch of different sequences. So you'll find those in the book as well, some of the pages. So every issue I'm going to be doing these little gutter illustrations. Originally I wanted to get Jim Afood to do them, and it just didn't work out. There was just too many people on the project. So and I was like, oh God, Jim Afood would be perfect. Actually, Sergio Aragonés would have been perfect, but instead, unfortunately, you're stuck with me.
Hey, apparently David is the Flash says that it will be available on Comixology.
Well, there you go. Somebody knows these things better than I do.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Yeah, and then I got Canary is going to be coming out pretty soon. There'll be an announcement on Comixology, and that's a book I'm illustrating but not writing with Scott Snyder.
But will it be narrated by cats?
No.
Oh.
If you want, here's the thing. If you want to read,
I would think a book called Canary, that would be very interesting.
Would be narrated by a canary. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we should have it narrated by a canary. Dave, this is really cool. I really like this idea of me just, I'm going to always do this now.
Yeah.
That worked out great.
I'd like to talk about my shelf that I put up.
All right, let's talk about it. Forget Alice for a second.
Yeah.
Get into it.
Let's talk about
it. That's how manly I am. I'm able to put up a shelf all by myself.
Did you use a level?
Just the one?
Just the one. That's all you need.
What about the other? How's the other one hanging up there, right directly behind your head?
That's actually on a crate. I probably should get a shelf for that one too.
Yeah, that could use a shelf.
But that's going to be my rotating art collection.
Oh, like a museum?
Yeah, kind of.
Wow. So
the black and white one right here, that's Albert Dorn, our patron saint. And it was an illustration that was in the famous artist course that I had as a kid because my dad ordered it. And I looked at it like all the time. And when I saw it for sale in New York, I was like, I can't believe that I'm going to be able to buy this piece. I mean, here, I can show it to you real quick.
Pretty awesome. Albert Dorn.
I mean, talk about a good cartoonist.
Talk about a handsome gentleman.
There's the full camera on Dave.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I got excited about. Oh, you got that? Oh, yeah. I've seen that. That is an insane piece,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was such a cartoonist. I mean, he was an illustrator, but he easily could have been drawing comics.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to step up his game, he could have been doing comics.
Yeah, especially back then. I mean, I think we talked about it. He was making like $1 million a year doing advertisement, but yeah, sure, go back to comics and
look at the foreshortening of that arm, man.
Yeah,
that's most straight up illustrators couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
That's awesome. So, Dave, who gets to see the rotating exhibit?
Well, now anybody on the show. I'll try to put up different art.
Anybody who requests, they're allowed to show up. Oh God, look how angry! This is him in his later years. Pissed.
Still had the eyebrows, man.
God, he still did, didn't he?
I have to admit, I've got the rights and eyebrows going on now that I'm getting older. It's like I got to keep those things like a weed whacker every week. It's crazy.
Look at this, Norman Rockwell drawing them.
And I might let him go for a couple of months just to see what'll happen. But
this show is sponsored by Dave's massive corporation.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for making this happen.
Best nibs on the planet.
Everybody uses these nibs. I love the best part about this is he's like the ink is like flying off his tongue.
Well, he's the speed wolf.
Yeah.
I know you're not done with Alice and Alice Ever After, but what if Speed Wolf?
It's got 4 more issues.
Well, what if Speed Wolf entered Alice's world for like maybe a panel? Just give me a shout out, Dan.
Would I own the
IP? Running across the panel? Just no explanation. Just Speed Wolf
with the ink flopping.
There you go.
Breeze. All right.
So John is asking, where can you purchase these nibs?
Dave, you want to handle that one?
Online and every Dick Blick.
Wow. Strange.
And I don't know if you know this because we get this question all the time at conventions, but when people ask us, what materials we use to be so good, if you use Speed Wolf nibs, Speed Wolf nibs, it will actually make you a better inker than Scott Williams.
Oh, and your anatomy improves, everything improves.
Yeah, everything.
It's amazing.
There's a question. How many hours do you draw a day? Same question to the others two stooges. Well, for me, I draw probably 6-7 hours a day, basically. The rest of the day is emails and texting Joe mostly, texting Dave, texting Jeff, Ben, Frank Thierry. Dave, how many hours?
I'm independently wealthy. With Albert Dorn artwork, only a couple hours a day, and then mostly naps.
Joe?
Yeah, probably 5 or 6 hours a day. Then about another 4 hours of writing.
Just letters and such?
No, writing, and yeah, there's some emailing in between all that stuff.
Some reading and arithmetic.
I just reset up my whole studio, so I'm in like a low mode.
Speaking of, we were talking.
Oh, how about my shelves? You got to talk about my shelves, because
they're blurry.
Yeah, right in the corner.
Guys, back to Alice for a second. I think all of us, Alice is. There's a section where Alice is playing with like little dolls in this book, and I think we all play with little dolls, don't we?
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started.
I got those. I got, and then I got my sticky bones.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious of that.
So I was supposed to get it for Christmas, and came last week. So
well, let's focus in on that thing.
It's actually pretty cool.
Right, yeah, you're drawing Crash Test Dummies, but if you want,
you have the Crash Test Dummies book.
Well, if you do structural,
that's how a real artist works right here, man. Look at
that. I don't know. That's a little odd. It's a little odd.
Did you put the underwear on him, Dave, or how did that?
It came that way, but I can pull it down.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Oh, YouTube. Come on, man. Kids watching.
Now, did you personally select that face, or how'd that work out?
Well, you can get different heads. So
you have a Dan. Do you have a Dan head in there?
I got a Henry Cavill head.
Conor McGregor.
I don't know maybe it's supposed to be Ben Affleck or something, but
I don't know.
I think it's just a dude. And then for Dan, I just thought it'd be funny to get this Conor McGregor head.
I love it.
Yeah, I use these for lighting all the time, just angles.
Obviously, I have the most basic and horrible ones, but you know what? These would be much better if they had magnets.
Those are actually they're really good, Dan. The only problem is that they're so small. Then when you're posing, if you're posing a leg, the other leg, well, at least for me, I have.
I don't use them a lot. I don't use them the way you guys use them, like for drawing reference. Like if I have something going on, like some kind of personal problem, they talk to each other. I have them kind of talk.
Right.
So this is me, and this is my wife. And so if I get in an argument with Elena, or Elena makes me feel stupid,
right?
Then I like yell at her, and then she agrees and she says she's sorry. There's a lot of that happening.
Well, you know who could help you with that mediation, right? Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see that. Hold on.
See, but that's for these gesture drawings. It's actually pretty cool.
Was that what you used the other day for your Spider-Man drawing?
No, they didn't come in time.
Oh, so you just got these.
That was but I started modeling this after that Spider-Man drawing.
Oh, wow.
Just see if I could do it.
I haven't used these yet either.
Yeah, magnetic base.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable where that base is attaching to.
Yeah, well, listen, can't.
Very, very inappropriate.
Look, it is. Some of those sculpt heads that you got are a little inappropriate, Dave.
Dave,
you need even worse than that. When I bought this, I didn't realize it, but it came with actual removable. Yeah, came with 3.
Sure, you didn't know that, Dave. You didn't know.
Right? That didn't influence your purchase at all, I'm sure.
At all.
I did use one of them as a joke to Frank Thierry, but I can't really describe it without getting
not on this particular episode.
Yeah,
wait for next week.
Pretty funny.
When Jeff pitches a project. Oh, look at this! People already want to know. Joe, who makes those figures?
It's what, just if you just Google Sticky Bones, you'll. I mean, I wasn't here to plug Sticky Bones, but I saw them. I think they were crowdfunding these things, and now they're finally in production or something. I don't know, but they're very cool. And what makes them great is that they're posable, but it's not. There's some tension there, so they hold poses a lot better than some of the other mannequin kind of things.
Mark Sullivan says he's watching the Superhero Squad again. Those are the best. Thanks for that too.
Oh, they're fun. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. This is funny. So
have you seen Superior Squad with your son, Dan?
You know, we're watching the Spider-Man show where you have Cup of Joe on there.
Well, I'm an actual character in the animated show.
Yeah, you're an actual character. And then he goes, "That's Joe Quesada." And I'm like, "Yes, that's him."
Why does he refer to me by my first and last name? He knows me very well.
Well, Dave is not just Dave; it's Dave Johnson.
Right. So see here's the the cool thing about the stiffness and the magnetism is you can actually do these running poses, and it actually even when it's not on the center of gravity, it holds pretty well.
You don't find that a little distracting with the joints being different colors and?
If you just use them for a structure drawing, Dan, it's actually pretty good. I wish there was more line work on it, so you could actually see sort of the center of the spine and the torso where it curves. But it's pretty damn cool.
I got these gray ones because I'm like, you can also shine like your light on it and some lighting, but I haven't used it, so I have no idea. And the fact that
my sticky bones cast shadows too. It's amazing how that works.
I know, but there's black aspects of it, so it's hard to.
You can't use your imagination.
Not me.
I know you do.
All my imagination went to Alice in Wonderland.
I've seen
That's it.
Yeah. So Dan, who did you model your Alice after?
I imagine I'm Alice. I have a wig here.
Come on, no, seriously. Who do you if this was optioned, right?
Yeah.
Let's say HBO.
All right, HBO.
Right. We want to class this up a little bit, right? So let's say HBO came to you and said, "Dan, we love this project. We're looking to make it into an ongoing, right? Streaming series."
I would have to find the most angsty, angry girl with blonde hair on a CW show. I'd have to see.
So you haven't thought about this? You haven't thought about who you?
Yeah, there's a few people. I like when I'm drawing her. I mean, it's not really evident in my drawing, but I'm thinking of like people like Mina Savari. I thought she has kind of a good face for that. I drew a cover the other day and I looked at it. I sent it to you guys. It's the final cover, and it ended up looking like Margot Robbie. So I'm like, but Margot Robbie's maybe, Margot Robbie's a young woman, but she's still not young enough to play like necessarily a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old, I don't think. So,
well, let's be honest. If it was made into a film, the actress probably hasn't even. That would need to be, Alice isn't even somebody you would know yet. So
yeah, she might not even be born by the time it gets made.
Yeah. So
yeah.
At the rate Hollywood things.
Shave off that beard, fake eyelashes, a wig.
Yeah. Think I can pull it off?
So is Dave actually a character in the story? Is anybody modeled after Dave?
There is one character.
I was in Slots.
You were in Slots.
Ooh.
Here's Dave. He's the one in the first panel with the second character.
Oh, the walrus? Am I the walrus?
You're the walrus.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Nice.
Yeah.
Does that mean I died and somebody's playing me right now?
The walrus never dies. I hope not.
I can't believe we've been on for 43 minutes. You were talking about this being a quick show. But...
I thought it'd be a 35-minute show, but with all these comments and the rabid questions.
And dolls.
We had show and tell with our dolls.
It came off. No.
Joe, did you ever think you'd be on the Drink and Draw show and showing off your doll purchase?
I'm sorry. Oh, wait, what?
Did you ever think you'd be on the Drink and Draw show showing off your latest doll purchase?
No.
Is the Alice comic a limited series? It is 5 issues, and but you know what? I actually was thinking about a follow-up. Oh, here's thanks.
Ooh, wow, you got a sequel planned already, huh?
Yeah, I already have the second one kind of planned out. Not. I mean, it's just kind of I really have to. This ends on an interesting note, so it takes some tough work. This is a great comment. Hold on, here we go. Joe would make an excellent Cheshire Cat. He would.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, that's what I modeled the drawing I did of Cheshire Cat.
Oh, look at this. Here's Giorgio, the artist. He said it's inspired by Victoria de Angelis, the girl who plays the bass guitar in Manskin, an Italian rock band. Well, there you have it. And he's the lead artist. So,
Dan, why didn't you invite Giorgio on the show?
I thought with the time difference, he's probably just waking up.
Dave. If anybody else from the creative team of Alice was on the show, what does that mean?
Well, it takes away from Dan's spotlight.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, come on,
think about it, Dave.
Ooh, that's right up to
you know
Dan.
what? That's very interesting that you would say that. I have an idea for a spin-off live stream show, Dave. And Dave is like, Dave, you're the worst. And Joe, you're not like a Dungeons and Dragons guy either.
No.
So my idea for another show is every episode, when I started in this business, I used to draw character illustrations for Dungeons and Dragons. So I had a business where you could send me your character sheet, and I would draw that character when I was like 14 years old, and kind of basically taught me how to draw. So I thought I might revisit that whole world and then take one character each week and do somebody's Dungeons and Dragons character. So I think I'm gonna try that out. It'd be fun.
Wow, you got me hooked.
I'm a geek, Joe. I know you don't, Joe. You were like, you and Dave are the weirdest comic book people. Like, you're the least geeky, and yet both of you know as much comic book lore and issue numbers and your favorite artists as I do. But
it's my job.
Yeah, well, it's just a job to you. I forget.
Yeah, my job.
Oh, look at this! Everybody loves Giorgio. That could be a new TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giorgio. That's great work.
4 a.m. for Giorgio. Well, you know what? I forget. Giorgio is an artist, so of course 4 a.m. means, of course, he's working.
You should get him on here right now.
We could. Dan, who? How dare you, Michael?
We got another 7 minutes.
Another 7 minutes before it's chorizo time for you guys.
His work is amazing. Get him on here.
You know what? We'll do like, as the series is rounding up, we'll get Giorgio and hopefully Fabiana on there, and maybe one of the editors from Boom, if they're still speaking with me. We'll see.
I hope Giorgio understands how to deal with you when you're. I mean, you get kind of surly when the attention's not squarely.
Well, so far my relationship with Giorgio is just me putting on my best face, so he only sees a very nice version of me.
Right.
I'd like to remain that way.
Well, it's good. He's a very talented artist, and you know.
I don't want to leave.
You don't.
Yeah, I already. What's funny, Giorgio, I already have other writers calling me up and asking me if you're available, and I'm thinking to myself, is that how it works? People are going to steal him from me? I mean, we haven't even finished the series yet, and people already want them for their book.
Right.
Like, what if I had future plans? So.
Yeah. What if some Arab new publisher with oil money called him up and said they wanted to pay him $2,000 a page? Would he stick around?
I hope he wouldn't. I hope he'd take that money. I'd have to draw the book. I wouldn't begrudge him if he wanted to leave the book.
I mean, that's what happened to me when I was doing Chain Gang War for DC, and Eric Larson came during the image boom and basically stole me away from the series that I started at DC. I was like, screw this, I'm out of here, man.
If a company wanted Giorgio and they came to me, I would change my name to Giorgio and steal his job so I could get the $2,000 a page. That's how I'd work it.
So Jacob is asking, who is the least geeky comic pro? Ramita Jr.?
With a dad like his, that's kind of hard.
I thought it was me. I really thought it was me, but I guess not.
I think you might be the least geeky. Dave's pretty up there. Dave's a bit of an art snob. Dave, Dave, are we gonna do our cover critique, or your cover critique?
Well, not right this second.
I mean, not right now, obviously, but future episodes where you.
Yeah, I just got to figure out the right covers to do that won't piss anybody off.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like covers from artists that have sadly passed away.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean I won't get hate. For having an honest artistic critique opinion about it. So it's a sticky road. I might just have to stick to you guys.
Simon Bisley might be the least geeky.
Yeah, I don't see him playing with dolls.
I don't think he has a set of dolls like we do. Certainly not a yellow one, Joe.
No.
I think I got out of, I don't know, just the whole collector vibe when it just like, why am I spending all this money on stuff? Like I could be going on trips with this money, and you know, I don't know. Starting to make my life a lot simpler, I guess.
You know, your life would be a little bit more simple if you had one more shelf, and then that thing wouldn't have to sit resting on that, whatever it is, the speaker.
That is true.
Think about it.
I need to switch. That's been up there for a while. I need to switch it out. Get some other big art that we can put up.
Let's see. Well, guys, it's been about an hour, and that's fascinating.
It's been fantastic. So, Dan, one more time. Alice, available tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow early, like, do one of those things. Have that line in front of the comic book shop. Take a picture of it. Send it to me.
And you'll do absolutely nothing.
You know what? You got to win something. There's a huge line out at the comic book store for Alice on a Wednesday morning. How about a no prize?
There you go. I miss no prizes. Those were great.
I got one once, Dave. It was literally a letter that said you got a no prize.
Oh, you actually got a letter? I thought they just sent you an empty envelope.
No, it said, "Here's your no prize," and it was nothing.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's an empty envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Well, guys, I appreciate it. Tomorrow, go out, pick up Alice. Let me know what you think. I think you're going to like it. This is one of the most fun projects I've ever worked on. It is very strange. If you like the bizarre, weird, semi-funny exchanges we have here on Drink and Draw, you'll notice there's a lot of interesting dialogue happening. And
but with cats.
With cats, yeah.
Would it be wrong if I waited till the movie came out?
What?
Would it be wrong if I waited till the movie came out?
Yeah, it would. I'm going to send you a PDF if you don't buy a copy. Anyhow, thanks, Joe. Joe, I have to. My hat's off to you for not goofing on me too much this time. That's very kind of you.
Well, I tried to pick up the slack.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's hard not to, Dan. It's really hard not to. It's.
I'm sure it was difficult, Joe. I'm sure it was very.
Remember the scene in Austin Powers with the
yeah, like I'm sure every conversation there's so much ammunition for you.
I wish it was just me, but it's not.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Giorgio, for staying up till 4 a.m.
Bye, Alice. Tomorrow.
Bye, Alice.
By 2.
And hold on. I think everybody wants to see this. Can you make him wave goodbye to everybody, Dave? You know what that looks like? Who's that YouTube sensation who's always having the fights? Jake Paul or Paul Logan or Logan Paul?
Yeah, it does. I think it's supposed to be Aaron Johnson, whatever that guy's name is. He's going to be he's playing Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm going to think it's Logan Paul. All right, everybody. Cheers. Thank you. And let me know what you think on Twitter about Alice. Adios, everybody.
Later.